We got a big flip to talk about. Moments ago, the number 4 ranked safety in America flipped his commitment from Georgia to Alabama. Peyton Woodyard out of California, St. John Bosco, has now flipped his commitment. Yes, Nick Saban steals the number 86 ranked player in the country away from his former protege, Kirby Smart. Let's bring on Andrew Bone of Bama Online to talk about this breaking news. Andrew, why the flip and why now for Peyton Woodyard?
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to happen a little bit sooner. He took an official visit to Alabama back in June. It was June the 23rd through 25th. It was his final official visit, and it was actually his final visit of the summer. So, we felt like Alabama had a strong chance there. This is a kid who grew up an Alabama fan. His family originally from Alabama. They've been out on the West Coast for a long time, though, but he grew up in an Alabama household. They've been cheering on the Crimson Tide for a very long time. And he received an offer from Alabama back before his sophomore year, but he actually ended up not making a trip back to Tuscaloosa. He camped right after his freshman season. For some reason, didn't have a chance to make it back to Tuscaloosa until this past spring. Visited in April, then came back for the official visit, but he had committed to Georgia back in early January. Was considered a solid commitment to the Bulldogs, but once he got back to Tuscaloosa, really felt the love from the Alabama coaching staff, really felt a lot of attention from them. I mean, Coach Saban was on a vacation in Italy and was on the phone calling Peyton Woodyard during that trip. So, that kind of, made Peyton aware that Alabama was really interested in him. They really wanted him as part of this class. He's the first safety commit in the Tides class this year. They had a great signing class last year at safety, including Caleb Downs, Tony Mitchell, Bray Hubbard. But they were going after some big names in this year's cycle. Peyton Woodyard has been right at the top of the list throughout the last several months, and this was a big win. But, I talked to Peyton earlier today. He reached out to me to let me know that the flip was happening and gave us some great quotes that's on Bama Online right now. But basically, he grew up an Alabama fan. His dream was to always play for the Tide, and once he made it back to campus a few times this year, just fell completely in love and felt like he wanted to play for the best coach in college football, in Nick Saban, and that's what he told us. And we don't expect any changes. I think he's really pretty happy and a lot more comfortable with the decision now that it's over with.
Talk about Peyton Woodyard as a football prospect on the field. How does he fit in, and what does Alabama value him as?
Well, he's a physical safety. I mean, he's 6'2", 198 pounds. He can run. He can fly to the football. Very physical defender. I think he does a great job anticipating plays, diagnosing plays. And I think he's got a chance to come in and make an early impact. I mean, this is a kid who plays for one of the top high school football programs in America, and he's getting a lot of great coaching every single day. And this is also a kid who's going to early enroll, so he'll be there in January, start training with a lot of guys. He said he's already been in a lot of communication with several Alabama players, including Caleb Downs, to learn more about really what it takes to be ready once you get there. And that's played a big impact for him. And I think he's got a chance to really come in and make a big impact in the secondary. I talked to Charles Power a little bit about him, and he said, this is a kid who's going to remind Alabama fans of Jordan Battle, who just got drafted in the NFL. And, this is a kid that he's smart, he's instinctive, and extremely physical.
I like that comparison. So, I know Alabama tried to flip DeMarcus Riddick. He ends up going to Auburn. Now they do get Peyton Woodyard. Is there anybody else on that UGA commit list that Alabama would like to flip?
I'm sure there are a few guys. I mean, we saw some kids that visited Alabama during the summer, including Ellis Robinson, DeMello Jones. But as of right now, not really seeing any major flips away from Georgia in that 2024 class. Now there is one kid in the 2025 class that they would love to flip, and that's Micah DeBose, the top 100 offensive lineman out of Viger High School down in Pritchard, Alabama. That's certainly a big target for Alabama in next year's recruiting cycle. But there are some other guys who are committed to other schools, including some defensive backs that Alabama is still heavily recruiting. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how it all shakes out now, especially after Peyton Woodyard announced his flip to Alabama today.
Yeah, hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Today's a big day. Alabama flips the number 4 ranked safety in America from Georgia, Peyton Woodyard. Andrew, I know that Alabama fans are celebrating right now on that Bama online message board. Go tend to them. Thank you for popping in for this breaking news. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. And remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.